Well, what's up guys? So I thought I would do a video on the Inhams today because I feel like it's been a little while since I actually last did a video on them or talking about them, should I say. So I was thinking about it the other day, I can't help but feel sorry for them because the way I see it, Russ and Sarah have destroyed and wrecked every single part of those kids' lives. You think about that, it saddens me when I think about the kids and the way that, they have to put up with being filmed, like 6 days a week. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if they were only being filmed like 2 or 3 days a week or whatever, it wouldn't be so bad. But 6 days a week is just unbelievable. The thing that really gets to me is it just feels like those kids have never really had any sort of privacy in their lives. It feels like every single part of their lives has been exploited and monetized and broadcasted online for public consumption, basically. It's like, it's just horrible really to think about, I get that Esme, Isla, Isabel chose to be a part of the channel and chose to, be filmed, and chose to kind of be a part, be a part of the channel and obviously whatever. But it's like, you think about Jace, Mila, and Aurora, like, they never really had that choice. They were never really given a choice as to whether or not they were a part of the channel, or whether or not they were they were in the public eye or not. It's they basically being filmed and had a hammer shoved in their faces since day one of their lives. It's not so bad for Esme, Isla, and Isabel, as they've not had to put up with that hammer being shoved in their faces since the day they were born. But that's something that Mila, Jason, and Aurora have had to put up with. They've had to put up with having hammers shoved in their faces basically every single day since the day they were born. And it's quite sad to think about. It's sadder to think that people are actually supporting them and are actually enabling them to continue doing what they're doing. And to continue making money off their kids at the end of the day. And I refuse to believe that Chris and Sarah would be as successful as, would still have been successful as they have been, even if they didn't have their kids. We all know that the kids are the only reason for the channel, for the success of the channel. Kids are the only reason the vlogs are still getting views. Are still getting a decent amount of views. I refuse to believe that they would still be getting the same amount of views even if the kids weren't in the videos. And I think we all know that if anybody with an ounce of common sense knows if the kids were not in the videos, they wouldn't be getting as many views. And of course, Chris and Sarah know that. They're not stupid. They're not as stupid as some people might think they are. They know full darn well that if the kids weren't in the vlogs, the vlogs wouldn't get as many views as they currently get. There would be, if the kids were not in the vlogs, there would be quite a sharp drop in the amount of views they were getting. They would be getting nowhere near the amount of views they're getting now. Which still isn't a great amount of views, but it's still not as bad as their views could maybe be, but I guess maybe that is because a lot of people are hate watching. I guess if people stopped hate watching, maybe their views would drop as well. But, it's just like the kids are the main reason why, and the only reason why, the Inhams Family of 5 YouTube channel was ever such a big success. The kids were the only reason that the channel ever reached a million subscribers. Every part of that channel's success has been down to the kids. It's as simple as that. And I know that a lot of people would dispute that and would try to deny that, but there's no denying it. there's no denying that the channel wouldn't have been as successful as it has been without the hits. You know, it's so clear to see, it's so obvious to see that in a way, you know, and I don't get how people can't see it. You know, to be honest, it quite frankly amazes me sometimes to, you know, think about the fact that people, you know, can't really see that. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just crazy to think that, you know, those kids have had, you know, so much of their lives exploited and monetized and broadcasted online for public consumption. You know, that's not something that any child should ever have to put up with, regardless of what age they are. You know, that's no life for a child. You know, it feels like the thing that really gets to me with the internet kids is it feels like they're really kind of being denied a lot of opportunities. It feels like they're missing out on a lot of opportunities. You know, it feels like Chris and Sarah are depriving them of a lot of great opportunities in life. You know, the thing that really gets to me with them more than anything else is how it feels like travel plans always have to take priority over everything else. It's like there's never something that will ever take priority over their travel plans. It's like their travel plans will always take priority over something else, you know, over something else, no matter what it is. You know, to be honest, you know, if you know, to be honest with you, I don't mean to sound morbid, but when it comes to Chris and Sarah, I guarantee you that travel plans would probably take priority over a family member's funeral. You know, they wouldn't, you know, they'd still, you know, even if they would go to the family member's funeral. They go away on holiday. You know, obviously the travel plans would take priority over something like that as well. You know, it's just crazy, you know, really, when you think about it. And it's like, you know, you can't help but feel sorry for the kids. You know, when I look at them, and I can't help but think, you know, think about how much they would be benefiting from being in school, you know, 5 days a week. You know, I feel like they'd be benefiting from that way more than they are, you know, than they seem to be benefiting from being homeschooled. This is the thing, like, yeah, most kids do feel like they do seem to benefit from being homeschooled. But it doesn't feel like that when it comes to the Inhams. When it comes to the Inham kids, it feels like the Inham kids are not actually benefiting from being homeschooled in any particular way. You know, I can't see how the kids are actually benefiting from that. I don't understand how the Inham kids are actually benefiting from being homeschooled, because it just doesn't feel like they are. Like, it feels like the only people that are actually benefiting in any particular way from the kids being homeschooled is Chris and Sarah. You know, it doesn't feel like the kids are benefiting from that in any particular way. You know, yeah, this has been, you know, the problem with a lot of things is that it feels like Chris and Sarah are the only ones who are benefiting from it. You know, it's like the move to Dubai. It feels like, you know, again, it feels like Chris and Sarah were the only people who were actually benefiting from that. You know, it doesn't feel like the kids are actually benefiting from that move to Dubai in any particular way whatsoever. It feels like Chris and Sarah are the only ones who are benefiting from that. You know, we all know. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the Inhams would have all the money in the world, and I would be jealous of them, because we know where that money is coming from. You know, we know that money is basically come from them exploiting his and monetizing every single part of his life and broadcasting every single part of his lives online for public consumption. You know, that's where the money is come from. And regardless of what Chris and Sarah say, we know that YouTube is their main source of income. You know, we can see that much is very, very blatantly obvious. You know, I know that they will laugh if anyone's, if anybody was to suggest that their channel wouldn't be as good, you know, that they wouldn't be getting as many views if it wasn't for the kids. You know, they would, you know, that they'll always argue that and say that their views wouldn't change even if the kids weren't in the videos. But I think we all know they would. I think we all know that their views would change even if the kids weren't in the video, if the kids weren't in the videos, you know. I mean, you can see that from a mile off. You know, it's just like horrible to think about how much, you know, about the way, like, the fact that they basically destroyed and wrecked so much of those kids' lives. It's unbelievable. You know, Chris and Sarah are clueless when it comes to what when it actually comes to what decent parenting is. They wouldn't know what decent parenting is. You know, they don't know how to be good parents. They know how to they know how to destroy and wreck kids' lives. You know, they're very good at doing that. They're very good at destroying and wrecking every single part of his lives. But they don't have it. But they're bloody clueless when it comes to what good parenting is. You know, they won't have a first idea what good parenting is at all. You know, they don't know how to be good parents. You know, this is the thing. People like them don't know how to be good parents. You know, it's as simple as that, really. There's nothing else that can really be said. You know, it's like we all, at the end of the day, Chris and Sarah wouldn't have what they have if it wasn't for the kids. You know, they wouldn't have the house, the money, they wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for the kids. You know, it's like, it's sad to think, it's sad to think about, but it's true. It's not exactly a lie to say that the kids, that the kids are the only reason for Chris and Sarah's success, because at the end of the day, the kids are the only reason for Chris and Sarah's success. You know, there's nothing wrong on that. There's nothing that isn't true about that. That is true. You know, so Sarah certainly wouldn't have been, they certainly wouldn't be as successful as they are now if it wasn't for the kids. Let's put it that way. It pains me to say it, but it's true. At the end of the day, whether people had to admit that or not, it is true. You know, and it's been true for a long, long time. And it won't be more true, in fact. You know, it will always be true. It's just, it's just mad to really think about it. Like, it's not something that really genuinely bears thinking about the fact that, you know, about those kids and what they're having to put up with every single day, having it shoved in their faces. It feels like they don't really get to enjoy a day that doesn't revolve around, you know, cameras and being filmed. I mean, the thing is, you know, you think about the other three kids, right? Mila, Jason, and Aurora. It's like they've never actually, I mean, at least Isabella, Esme, and Isla have actually known what a life is like without cameras and being filmed. But Jace, Mila, and Aurora have never ever known a life that doesn't revolve around cameras and being filmed by Mummy and Daddy for vlog content. That's the only life that those three young kids have ever known, and it's the only life they will ever know. You know, they'll never ever know a life that doesn't revolve around that. Chris and Sarah will never allow their kids to live a life that doesn't revolve around cameras and being filmed, but they don't want their kids to live a life that doesn't revolve around that. You know, at the end of the day, no child should ever have to live a life that revolves around cameras and being filmed every day. That's not the sort of life that a child should be living, regardless of what age they are. You know, it's as simple as that. Especially when their parents are basically making money from that as well. That's what makes it worse. Is the fact that the parents are basically making money from that. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if they weren't making money. If they weren't making money from putting their kids out there online every day. But the fact that they are making money from that makes things 10 times worse. You know, and it's not just the Inhams channel. It's not just the Inhams who won't be as successful as they were if it wasn't for their kids. There's a lot of family vloggers who wouldn't be as successful, as they are without their kids. They won't be where they are without their kids. You know, the kids are the only reason for the success of the channels. You know, the same argument would be made for for the Fizz family, for the Honey Jolies, for the Sullivans, you know, for probably even make that argument for Dad v Girls as well, is that they wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for their kids, you know. But it's one thing that can be said about a lot of family vloggers. It is one thing that a lot of family vloggers do have in common, is that they wouldn't be as successful as they are without their kids. You know, they wouldn't be where they are without their kids. You know, we all know that it's pretty obvious that for a lot of them that their videos wouldn't get as many views if their kids weren't in them. You know, that's the only reason that their videos actually get a decent amount of views, is because the kids are in them. Because people don't watch the videos to watch the parents. They watch the videos to watch the kids. You know, it's like, if they did, let's face it, right, this is the argument that had been made for a lot of family vloggers. It's like, if they didn't film the kids, what would they actually film? At the end of the day, the only reason a lot of them film their a lot of family vloggers film their kids is if they wouldn't have anything else they don't actually have anything else that's worth filming, you know, or that's actually worth making a vlog out of, if you know what I mean. You know, they know that none of them are stupid. They all know that people don't watch the vlogs to watch them. They all know that people only watch the vlogs because they want to watch their kids. You know, that's the only reason they put their kids out there online. It's because when the kids are in the videos, it means the videos get more views, and it means that the parents are making more money from that. You know, whereas if the kids weren't in the videos, they'd be getting less views on the vlogs, which would mean that the parents weren't making as much money. But with the kids being in the videos, it means more views, and it means the parents are making more money from that. You know, and it's a sad thing to think about, but unfortunately, it's not something that, it breaks my heart to think about it, but, you know, it has to be said that a lot of family vlogging channels wouldn't be where they were if it wasn't for their kids. They wouldn't be making the money they'd be making if it wasn't for their kids. That's for sure. You know, it's like, you know, I don't think anybody will ever convince me that these family vlogging channels would be as successful as they were without their kids. You know, people like the Inhams don't deserve to be parents, and I'm not going to apologise for saying that. You know, people like them don't deserve kids. You know, I don't think anybody has deserved, there's ever been anyone who's deserved to have their kids taken off them more than what Chris and Sarah do. You know, people like Chris and Sarah really do deserve to have their kids taken off of them. You know, those kids deserve parents that will love them, care for them, will give them, every opportunity, every single, opportunity. They don't deserve parents who are going to deprive them of so many opportunities and are going to exploit them and monetize every single part of their lives. That's not the sort of parent that a child deserves. But, it is what it is, I guess. But, it's just madness, really, to think about, and it's something that a lot of people don't think about. It's something that a lot of people don't realise, or something that a lot of people try to dispute. When you say that these family vlogging channels wouldn't be where they are without their kids, a lot of people try to dispute that and say, well, actually, yes, they would. But we all know for a fact that half of these family vlogging channels wouldn't be as successful as they are without the kids. It's the kids that are bringing in the views, not the parents. We've known that for a long time. It's not the parents that are bringing in the views, it's the kids that are bringing in the views. The more the kids are in the videos, the more views that the videos get, which means the more money the parents are making. It's a sad thing to think about, but unfortunately it is what's happening. That is the situation as far as I'm concerned. And, yeah, it's a horrible situation to think about, and it's not one that I want to think about, but it's something that you do have to think about. It's something that you do have to acknowledge. And you do have to actually raise that point. But so many people think that these family vlogging channels will still be successful even without the hits, but we all know they wouldn't be. We all know that these family vlogging channels wouldn't be, a lot of these family vlogging channels wouldn't be where they are if it wasn't for the hits. They wouldn't be successful without the hits. You know, I mean, you look at how many vlogs of video, how many videos of how many views the video gets if the hits are in them, and compare that to how many views a video gets when it hits are not in them. You know, I mean, this is what I'd like to see with the Inhams. I'd like to see them do a vlog where they don't actually film the hits. Because I'd like to actually see the difference in the views and see how many views that sort of vlog would get compared to the other vlogs where the hits are in them. You know, because I can guarantee you that if the Inhams uploaded a vlog that the hits are not in, the hits were not in it and the hits weren't in it, it wouldn't get hardly any views. Because nobody would, at the end of the day, nobody would watch it because the hits are not in it. The hits are not in the video. So why would they watch it? It's like, why would people want to watch a vlog if the hits were not in the video, if the hits weren't in it? That's the only reason people watch the vlogs, isn't it? It's because, if the hits are in it. That's the only reason, the videos actually get any views. And the parents are not bloody stupid, they know that. They know that for a fact. They know for a fact that, it's their hits that are bringing, that are getting them the money and getting the views. That's why they have them in the vlog, in the videos. Sometimes with a lot of family vloggers, sometimes it feels like the kids are forced to be in the videos genuinely because the parents know that the videos will get, that the videos get more views when the hits are in them and they make more money from that. So it feels like sometimes they force the kids to be in the videos for that, for that reason alone. Like, I don't want to think that, that these kids are forced to be in the videos, but because the videos get more views, and their parents are getting more money. But that's how it feels sometimes. It feels like with some of these family vlogging channels, it feels like the kids are sometimes forced to be in the videos, because the parents know that when the hits are in the videos, they get more views and they're ultimately making more money from that. It's just a horrible situation to think about, but it's something that it's not something that should be the case, but that is the way things are, and they don't need to. It's just sad. And by people and when people continue to support, this is what a lot of people don't understand. And a lot of people, when they're supporting these family vloggers and defending what they do, they're actually enabling them to continue doing what they're doing. These family vloggers will see that people don't think they're doing anything wrong and they'll continue to do it. And it's not right that people are actually, it's sad to think that people are actually enabling these family vloggers to do what they do and continue to do what they're doing. It's sad that that people are enabling these parents to basically continue exploiting their kids and monetize every single part of his lives. It's just a horrible situation to think about. Shame on these parents that put their kids out there online anyway. But shame on the people that are. But it's kind of more like shame on the people who are enabling them to do that. Simple as that, or enabling them to continue doing that. That's what I can say. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Just what it was an important video to do. I'll see you for another video soon. Have an awesome weekend, as my next video will probably be Monday. Now, I don't think there'll be a video tomorrow. I'll probably do a video on Monday, so I'll see you for that video on Monday. Have an awesome weekend. I'll catch you for that video on Monday. Bye bye for now though, and have an awesome rest